This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Want a treatment for your moderate to severe ulcerative colitis you can use at home or on the go? Talk to your doctor about the Entyvio pen, an option after at least 2 IV starter doses. Entyvio helped many people achieve long-term relief and remission at week 52. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Visit Entyvio.com today and learn more about the Entyvio pen. Individual results may vary.
Entyvio. If you're a custodial supervisor at a local high school, you know that cleanliness is key and that the best place to get cleaning supplies is from Grainger. Grainger helps you stay fully stocked on the products you trust, from paper towels and disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Plus, you can rely on Grainger for easy reordering, so you never run out of what you need. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Trojan family, what's going on? Welcome to the USC LAFB show. Here on the LAFB Network, I'm your host, Ryan Dyrud, in the Dyrud Dojo, live from USC Trojans campus. Came out here, Wednesday's practice, media availability after practice. Was going to speak with Danton Lynn, was going to speak with some defensive players, and I apologize, I was running a little bit behind, just slightly, but USC's practice on top of that finished a little bit early, just slightly. So I was going to miss out on practice, but I was down here, and I was like, you know what, we can still provide an update, because something I was waiting to do until tomorrow, which was some recruiting intel, now kind of officially came out thanks to one of the insiders with Rivals. You know, I had been hearing some murmurs behind the scenes for the past couple days, but was kind of waiting to do anything. And then just not too long ago, Greg Biggins of Rivals put out some intel of something potentially happened. Nothing has happened. Nothing is imminent. But there are some things happening behind the scenes that could bode well for your USC Trojans. We are officially in flip season. It is, 2 weeks away from National Signing Day. So all the last-minute pushes for recruits is what's happening right now. And USC's 35-person class, from what I've been told and digging through and what many other out there have said, is still extremely strong. Everyone's very confident all 35 should make it all the way to signing day. Now, like I've said all along, if 1 or 2 end up flipping or decommitting, that wouldn't be like the end of the world. But right now, everything seems very, very strong. But it looks like USC is still looking to add to that 35-person class. And who I'd been hearing was some potential more modern-day prospects that USC had been talking to. Obviously, Chris Henry Jr. is the big name, but also his teammate, Caden Dixon-Wyatt, both Ohio State commits, both very talented and elite receivers. Greg Biggins of Rivals just came out and basically said, again, nothing has happened, but if Caden Dixon-Wyatt were to flip, they are hearing that while all along the closest contenders seemed to be Oregon, he now is hearing that USC is actually the biggest contender to potentially flip Dixon-Wyatt. They have not given up. They were one of the last ones to offer Dixon-Wyatt late in the spring. He ended up committing to Ohio State in May, I believe. And so USC was a little late to the party there. But they finished, second, third, whatever you want to look at it. Ohio State obviously got the commitment. Oregon was right there at the top. USC was right there at the top as well. Obviously, they are the hometown school. And as I said earlier, they have the commitments of his teammate, Mark Bowman. They have Tom Tapui. They have Sean Scott. So they have a lot of connection now with Mater Dei, as they should have all along, but they've rekindled that relationship since, a decade ago. And so that gives them some pull, some sway. Obviously, the way this season has gone has helped a little bit as well. And when you see Makai Lemon being a Bolitnikov semifinalist, that's going to help you recruit any receiver out there. You see Jacoby Lane, how he's done. You see some of the development of these young guys. Tanook Hines playing as a true freshman. So if they were able to add him to this class, it'd be impressive. Now, many will probably say, like, man, do you need another receiver? Does that push someone out? That I don't know, and that I can look into more. And again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We don't know if this is happening yet, but I just wanted to inform you of kind of what's going on. But I think when you look at Makai Levin, obviously will be gone. Jacoby Lane, I don't know. Obviously, his injury makes things interesting if he wants to come back to develop a little bit more, but he could likely be gone in the draft. Jaden Richardson, they're going to have quite a few guys leaving, and so a big class in 26, they're not all going to play at once. You're going to see the development kind of roller coaster like that, but it would allow them to not have to hit the portal as hard, and they can just focus on developing young guys. So it feels like a lot, but I think that it actually, obviously they're doing it for a reason. I don't necessarily think it would mean they'd have to push one of their other recruits out, especially with the larger rosters that you now have, and especially with a much smaller, like 27, I could see them getting one receiver. Like, I'll talk more on that tomorrow. We got some more intel on that, like a Quentin Hale or something, like one receiver in the 27 class, with how many right now are in this 26 class, and especially if you add the likes of Dixon Wyatt. 6'1", 180, good body frame, kind of has some similarities to Boobie Feaster. I think they would complement each other really, really well. And then, right now he is the 18th ranked receiver in Rivals industry rankings. 24/7 Sports has him all the way up at the 6th ranked wide receiver this year for Mater Dei. I talked just earlier, if you watched that video just, a few hours ago, with the new updated rankings, Mark Bowman fell a little bit. And I talked to us more just about kind of production, because the offense had been kind of up and down, some real sporadic quarterback play, and that hurt, I should say, Mark Bowman's numbers per se, plus just the loaded skills that you have in the offense. And Dixon Wyatt was another one of those. Finished with pretty solid numbers, 624 yards, which is nothing crazy, but did have 7 touchdowns. His biggest game came in a loss to Centennial, which they'll get a rematch here soon. A loss in Centennial. He had 5 receptions, 165 yards, and 2 touchdowns in that game. So, this would be big time. We'll see what happens kind of down the stretch here. Obviously, like I said, 2 weeks or so until signing day. But this would be a rather large slip. Now, in terms of Chris Henry, I've heard that they've been pushing for him too. Haven't ended conversations, but it seems like Henry's like pretty locked in with Ohio State. And I said way back in the beginning, he's an Ohio kid. His dad played for the Bengals. His late great dad played for the Bengals. Moved from Ohio to here to go to Mater Dei, but Ohio State is his home school, so it always felt like he was going to get back there anyway. And obviously, we know what they are with receivers and whatnot. So the big kind of thing to watch here. And I don't know if this would affect Chris Henry. Maybe it would, but certainly this could be what Caden Dixon Wyatt is kind of thinking is, Brian Hartline, who's, you could argue, the best receiver coach in college football at Ohio State, he could end up at one of these empty jobs, one of these smaller schools, getting a first crack at head coaching or getting promoted elsewhere or whatnot. So that's just something to monitor and see, because that could certainly potentially have an effect on certain recruits, specifically Caden Dixon Wyatt. So Chad Savage has been heavy on this. Dennis Simmons, both of them heavy on this. But yeah, we'll keep you posted. It'll be interesting. I'll do some more digging here this tomorrow morning and get something out on that, and plus some of the other 27 intel, just West Coast recruiting in general, what that's looking like heading in to the final couple days here. But pretty big news. Pretty big. So I wanted to get here in the Diary Dojo and lay it on you. Just think, this is a talented receiving class USC already has. But you figure just your top 3, if you have Caden Dixon Wyatt, Boobie Feaster, and Trent Mosley, like those 3 guys are elite. Trent Mosley is so underrated. If you watch him, what he's done in high school, how he's able to do with the ball in his hands from the slot, his catch radius for his size, his speed, And then obviously Boobie Feaster, how he moves for his size, and then Caden Dixon-White. Oh, and then, by the way, you have Luke Weaver, who's a much bigger body, kind of go up and get it, big catch radius, jump ball guy, but also has some deep ball skills and threat as well. I mean, I could go down the list. Really talented receivers in this class. So exciting. So let me know what you guys think. If you think you'd be excited by this, if it's too many receivers, yeah, let me know your thing. Comment below. And like I said, I'll be back with plenty more tomorrow, kind of wrapping up all this recruiting as we just turn our sights to Oregon. Here in probably 30 minutes or so, whenever I get this up, Tim and Madman should be going live on the Call-In Show right here on the USC LAFB channel, so make sure to tune into that. Bring your calls. Hit that like and subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. But I'm going to get out of here, get this up. Appreciate you all, family, and as always, fight on. Hey, Trojan family, thank you so much for hanging out and watching the USC LAFB show. Before you go, let me tell you quickly about our friends over at Sleeper. Go right now, download the Sleeper app. It's the #1 sports app, not just for season-long fantasy, but they've got live pickers, they've got live stat updates, they've got a chat you can chat with other users, plus the daily pick'em, which is a blast, or daily fantasy, whatever you want to call it. You go and pick 2 to 8 players across any sports. If you're talking USC, go choose J.D. Maiava in his next matchup. Pick more or less passing yards, more or less touchdowns. You stack those, and you can win real money. When you go to make your first deposit, make sure you use our promo code USCLAFB. You're going to get a match deposit up to $100. Put in $100, you get $100 free to play with from Sleeper. Put in $10, they'll match you that $10, so now you're sitting at $20 to play with. But also, right now, for any new users, no deposit required. You get $20 free entry. You can stack both. You can get the $20 for free, go make a deposit, use USC LAFB, and now you've got a bunch of free money to play with right there on the Sleeper app. Check it out, Trojan family, and when you do, tell them the guys at the USC LAFB sent you.
Lowe's early Black Friday deals are going fast. Don't miss up to 50% off select major appliances. Plus, up to an extra 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. And with Christmas around the corner, you're gonna need more string lights, right? Save $4 on GE LED 100-count string lights, now just $5.98. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/3. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.